how are you guys topping going to space in this movie?
You know, every installment of Fast is like, well, how are they going to top that? And somehow it happens. I think this one, instead of simply relying on that, on what are they going to do next, it's like an amalgamation of everything. Yeah. It's everyone's storyline. The family is fragmented, so you have to track all of these arcs that are going on at the same time. Surprising cameos, surprising resurgence, a new villain. I think a lot of it adds to how do we top that. Yeah.
Well, you did. I can tell you that.
It's a fun, really fun movie.
It's amazing. I loved your two stunt scene that you two did together. It was really, really good. I imagine technically very challenging. What was it like for you guys shooting that together?
It was
fun.
Yeah, it was challenging but fun. Like really fun, actually.
I think nothing's rewarding unless you earn it. And I felt like I earned it because I was training really hard with the stunt team, memorizing the choreography. I remember one time they said, like, oh, the little snippet was cut. And I was like, no, it will not be cut. And I, like, spoke to Louis, and Louis was like, okay, we'll add it back in. It just felt so gratifying because then when you see it on screen, it looks so badass.
It looks so good, so good.
Brother and sister kicking ass in the Toretto house is pretty cool.
Yeah. Exactly. John, I loved the scene of you in the car with little Brian when you start singing.
Yeah.
You know, I think we see you as like this big, strong wrestler. I love seeing you be silly like that. Do you enjoy shooting those scenes?
I definitely do, especially in the Fast franchise, because there isn't much time for that. It's a very dramatic, action-driven franchise that, because of the stakes, it doesn't really get to take a break. And a lot of the Roman Tej banter is the humor that they lean into, but it's still moved by the stakes. Hey, we got to get out of here. What are you doing goofing off? And so on and so forth. Yeah. Jacob and Little B is just like a road trip.
He's so cute.
So it's like a fun road trip with some spy gear, which makes it even cooler.
Yeah,
like
it's so good.
It was very fun to do.
Yeah, I loved it. Jordana, you've been a part of this franchise for 22 years, which is unbelievable. The women in this film are such role models at this point, and really women that will have a legacy in film forever. What is it like for you being a part of that legacy?
I mean, from day one, I watched Michelle fight for Letty, because Letty on the page was very different than Letty and who she is now. And so that was a really good lesson for me to like advocate for yourself. And that was not the norm back then. So I feel like we were trailblazers from the very beginning, which is a very cool thing.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. As a fan, I've looked up to all of you for so long. So I couldn't say it better myself. Fast, I guess it's 11. We'll see. The final installment is coming. Are you ready to say goodbye?
I'm not sad.
Yeah, I've been just saying, let's live in the now. You know, let's Fast 10. Yeah.
It's making, I mean, I can't believe we have to wait for 2 years for it, but for the fans, it's definitely emotional, you know?
Well, also the fans haven't seen Fast 10 yet.
Yeah.
And I think let's let them enjoy that and all that is. And I know there's, you know, hopefully an interesting road ahead, but we got a movie that I think entertains and leaves you talking when you leave the theater.
Totally.
So instead of it being all tied up in a nice little bow, you get to anticipate and, you know, theorize about what's to come instead of just sit and wait.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Vin posted that he was at F1 with Tom Cruise. So all the fans are now talking a Toretto Maverick, you know, collab here.
That would be awesome.
So could we see Tom Cruise in the next one?
I think a good tagline for Fast is like never say never. People perish and return. You know, you'd never expect people to show up, and they do. Like, I think never say never on anything is a good rule for Fast.
It's true.
It's so true, especially this film. We can't say, but there are so many good surprises, so many good cameos. So I know Fast 11 will have, hopefully, the same, you know. It's been almost 10 years since Paul passed away. And I couldn't help but think about him a lot during this film. How is it for you guys to be able to continue to carry his legacy in these amazing movies?
Well, Meadow posted something today where it was really beautiful the way she talked about being integrated into the family and into the universe through the cameo that she has. And I love that Brian's still alive, and I love that, we can still honor him in some way through the film in whichever way that is. And I love the way that Louis integrated him with footage from Fast in a way that made sense, in a way that was super respectful. So I'm glad you were thinking about him, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I talked to a couple people who are big fans. I was like, what do you guys want me to ask the cast? And they were all like, I just think of Paul a lot when I think of the franchise. And I thought that's really beautiful that you all have continued to just so well. It's been done so well and so beautifully. But yeah, so Meadow was amazing. She was so good, and it was like shocking. Was she on set for a long time?
She was on set in your scene, which was one of my favorite scenes because it was done so well. And Meadow was nervous. She has big shoes to fill, obviously, but she was so graceful.
She did great.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She did great. That was an honor to be a part of that. She
did
great.
She really did. Finally, Vin obviously puts his whole heart and soul into this. When he talks about it, it's like he's talking about his other child. He's so dedicated. For you all, what is it like to work alongside him on each one? Does it still feel, so deep and connected every time?
For me, it's more. I've been I think towards the very beginning, I would just come do my piece and then leave, and now I'm led into the more behind the scenes stuff, and I have conversations with Vin about something that's on screen for 2 minutes, but to him it means we need to go deep. We need to think about this. Is this right for the franchise? Is it wrong for the franchise? He takes nothing for granted, and I think that's part of what makes the film successful.